what you had to do as a translator, once again, it's both eye-opening and it's amazing how you kept your faith in humanity hearing these stories. But there's one very good story in here that was when you had your friend, I think it was your roommate's boyfriend goes to Israel to study biology, and then he's gone. And while he's gone, his girlfriend falls in love with someone else, and he comes back and he's very upset. But you were surprised because there wasn't an honor killing. Now, the rest of the West would be surprised if there was, but you were surprised that there was not, and that seemed like it was such a shocking moment for the reader to be like, oh my goodness, yeah, she's shocked because there wasn't one. So yeah, do you remember that? Was that a pivotal moment in understanding Western culture?
Absolutely. I mean, that was a pivotal moment, and like many other pivotal moments, but it was a moment, again, an encounter with this culture where everything seems to be going very well. And then, okay, my friend is unfaithful, and her parents were upset. His mother was upset. All our friends were upset. But no one actually said she should be killed or destroyed, or no one talked about their honor at all. And of course, that to me was a huge shock. If I had done anything like that, I would be killed by my own father. And all the girls that, when I was growing up in Somalia and Ethiopia and Kenya, and, all of my Muslim friends, even some of my classmates when we lived in Nairobi, they came from Yemen and they came from Pakistan and places like that. We all had that thing in common, that if as a girl you trespassed sexually, even if there was just a rumor that you had done that, you would face very harsh consequences. You would be really beaten, locked up at home. The whole family honor would be brought down. And in some cases, if the fathers really wanted to adhere to the tribal code, Islamic code, they'd kill you. And so for me to actually live through this experience where the woman who committed the infidelity, who committed the Dutch didn't even call it a crime.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't call it a crime, and ultimately, emotions were high. Everybody was very unhappy, except the couple who fell in love, maybe. But the consequences were, choosing friends. The friends who were on his side, they were made to choose to cut ties with her and the new boyfriend.
But nobody was killed.
There was no one was killed. It wasn't a life and death matter.
Yeah.
And again, the word honor wasn't mentioned, not even once. And what really was mentioned was the boyfriend who was left. His feelings were hurt. His emotions were he was deeply, deeply hurt. And that it was going to take some time for that to heal. That's really as far as it went.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little different.
And my friend's parents, they were upset. They made that very clear to her. But in the end, they sided with their daughter.
Yeah.
And their new son-in-law.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
The couple are still married happily, and they have children, and it was probably the right decision at that point. It was made in the wrong way, but it was the right decision.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a life and death matter. And the way the relationship between men and women was, this young woman, I don't want to say her name, Miriam, but anyway, she was not seen as someone who was unequal. She had transgressed. She had done something wrong. But her feelings, her desires, her career, everything was seen as completely equal to that of the boyfriend she left. And the new boyfriend and her father and mother talked in equal terms about these things. That was, for me, the big shock.
Amazing.
And still, I mean, I don't want to say it's a shock, but still it's something that I think is amazing.
Yep.
It's a miracle in human history.